Episode 3. Let's pick it up now. The hidden impact of pet waste. We've come a long way with dogs, our best friends, sometimes colleagues, and most importantly, members of the family. But this bond comes with responsibility. The joy they bring also comes with an impact they leave behind. There's a lot of reasons as to why we get a dog. For some, it's a careful and long thought out decision for a lifelong companion.
We'd just had the 2 beagles, which we had had for a very long time. And we actually got them deliberately because I'd done a lot of research and because the boys were young then and we wanted dogs that were very kid-friendly.
For some, a beautiful Christmas, birthday, or Valentine's gift may be a way for the kids to learn how to be responsible. But what happens after the novelty wears off? Your kids grow up and they don't take care of it like you thought they would. Christmas is over and you're back to your normal routine. You realize a dog requires more time, attention, money, commitment, and compatibility than you think they do. The tragic reality is over 200,000 dogs are abandoned each year in Australia. It's time we change our way of thinking. A dog isn't just a pet to have around to brighten our moods. When we pick a pet, we need to consider energy levels, instincts, shedding, height, and the weather where we live. Take Samoyeds. Who wouldn't want a literal giant snow white cloud of fluff that walks? But Samoyeds are expensive. Purebred puppies cost a lot, and on top of the training you need and the time you need to put into their development from puppyhood, as well as the potential health issues, can you handle all the costs on top of the grooming, exercise, and their giant personalities? Then there's more expenses, vet bills, food, pet insurance. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. A dog is expensive. It's not a toy and it's not a decision to take lightly.
So for example, things like pugs and Frenchies with those really short snouts, they have a lot of breathing problems. And generally by the time they're about 4 or 6, they have to have major surgery to try to fix their airways so they can breathe properly.
Pet ownership is constantly on the rise. However, pet insurance isn't nearly on the same level. Research shows only 7.1% of dog owners in Australia have pet insurance due to the expense of it. In the financial year of 2022 to 23, the RSPCA reports receiving 18,700 dogs, with around 15% of those being euthanized. I get it though, the cost of living in Australia is only getting worse. But if you can't afford to take your dog to the vet and pay that expensive bill, instead of choosing to put it down or abandon it, then you're not fit for ownership.
We wanted a dog that didn't molt because we wanted a dog that we could have inside on occasion. And oodles, because they have the poodle part of them, don't molt and they're not very big. So we wanted something that was like under knee height that we could have inside on times, and the temperament was important as well. So we wanted to have something that was friendly.
Please be mindful when buying a dog. Consider the breed, your financial situation, and lifestyle. Don't get the dog to teach your children responsibility. Don't get the dog because it's cute or cool.
Yeah, I worked with domestic dogs and people for a long time, and I just had to get out just because their attitudes and they're just so weird. Instead of just, this is my dog and I have it for companionship based on the individual personality of the dog, not what it looks like in the breed. Base it on the size and the length of the hair and, that kind of thing. But don't base it because, you've got a purebred one for $5,000.
And remember, places like the RSPCA aren't just there to take dogs who don't fit their homes anymore. They also exist to make sure the dog fits. Always reach out if you feel your back is against the wall. There's always other options.
So if someone were to reach out and say, hey, my dog is barking and I really need to surrender it unless it stops barking, we can actually help that person to get that under control so it doesn't need to be surrendered. Because that's the ultimate goal really, is to never have them come through RSPCA.
To a dog, you are its entire world. It relies on you for safety, for somewhere to sleep, for someone to feed and clean and play with it, to keep it from obesity and dental decay. Owning a dog is a commitment to them as a living organism and also to the environment.